Do you miss or do you make it?
Mm.
Huh?
Well, I never miss, so
That's beneficial for your toilet and your floors, but I'm talking about basketball.
I mean, I think never missing would also be useful in basketball.
It would be very helpful for the team.
You know
Sorry, I
what
never
else
thought
is helpful for the team? Dungeons and Dragons.
you.
Somehow we have lost Steven in the time that it's taken him the stream to load. So, hopefully he will be back. Hello, Journey. How are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be hanging out with your siblings? Why not? I see. Can you go back in there with Faith and Zayden real quick? Yes. Let's go back in there. You can play with more blocks along the way. Wow. Go show them what you built.
So quick check. Okay, I think my audio turn off thing is working. Also, Nick, you left your wall here.
No, I left all my magic cards there, dude.
Yes, but you gotta put up your magic cards.
Oh, well, that's true. My bad.
Alright. So, when last we left our intrepid group of intrepiders, they were all hot in pursuit of Simon's murderers. After a chaotic detour in the general goods store that resulted in the arrest of general goods store owner, they are now traversing the desert in hopes of catching up with the elusive Iratus. Whoa. What's going on with my screen?
Hello, Millard.
Excuse me. Um, so, that's pretty much it. You guys are currently in the desert. It's early in the morning, so the water hasn't entirely evaporated from the sands, making it that slight bit of moisture, giving them that slight bit of moisture to make it easy to track like Iratus's camel's prints, as they seem to be the only prints leaving the city at a hurried pace. You do not know how far ahead he is, and you guys are pushing your camels to try and catch up. You do know that he had about an hour head start on you guys, so it's you don't know if you're gonna be able to catch up with him before the sunlight it evaporates the little bit of moisture in the sand, making it harder to track his camel steps.
So he's an hour
Um,
ahead of us.
Yes.
I thought we were taking. Oh, is the carriage pulled by camels?
I thought, yeah, that's true.
You guys got the carriage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I guess you would be riding in the carriage with
I'm on
Adar
a
being not far behind you on a camel because he had stayed behind until the authorities had arrived. What would you guys be talking about and discussing in this time?
Well, I think we have some gear that we need to identify. And other items. In case they're useful for the coming events ahead. Anyone else have anything though?
Well, I guess the question is Daya driving, or does someone else need to drive?
You guys didn't have Dale with you, so I would assume that someone else would have to drive. And seeing as Simon was the one with land vehicle proficiency, who wants to give it their best try?
What's the modifier for it?
It is a handle animal check because you're currently being pulled by the Noxian horses.
Ooh.
You got a plan?
I have a backup plan.
A backup plan.
I'd like to use Longstrider to speed up.
Okay. Is that a first level spell or a cantrip?
It's a
First
first
level
level
spell.
spell.
Okay.
I surprisingly have some animal handling though. So, I guess I'll drive.
Alright.
Give me a second.
I actually need to
No,
check
it's
my
not.
spells.
This one's not filled out. I thought I did that.
Longstrider increases the land speed by
10, I
10
think.
feet.
10 feet. Until the spell ends.
That's interesting that we have the exact same handle animal.
Alright, go ahead and roll a handle animal. So as Darby quickly catches up and is riding alongside of you guys.
I'd like to go in to check if I had Longstrider too.
How many horses do you guys have?
It's 4 horses. So each horse lightens the load of the other. Essentially, if you guys had 2 horses, you would be able to move half of their movement speed for a 4-horse carriage.
I was just thinking, because even with Longstrider, if you can touch an additional animal, but I just was thinking, I guess it's like if you are running and your dog runs faster, but you're holding the leash, would your dog pull you down? So if I make one horse speed up, would the other horses fall? for the sudden change, or would they accommodate the speed of that horse as well?
I think the ideal would be that the horse
It says
would, a
you can
horse that
target
has it
one
on.
additional creature for each slot level above first.
I think the ideal circumstance would be that horse would just not have to strain itself as hard, while the other
Mm-hmm.
horses would match its speed. Like it's not going like it's not going full tilt. It's just getting
Yeah.
to relax more than the other horses.
Okay.
How fast is the carriage going?
Right now it's going at moderate speed, which is 60 feet per round. Oh,
So how long will it take for us to catch up to him?
Someone can give me a survival check real quick.
I'll do that.
Am I any good at survival?
I just love y'all just let nobody take the reins.
I mean, look, I don't
Nobody
think none
take
of
the
us know what they're
reins.
doing with animals.
I'm in the same boat as him, so I'm exactly the same. So it's like it doesn't matter.
If we absolutely
Well-
need to, we can use a pep staff.
If we want to be fair, nobody has the most experience pulling on other people's strings.
Oh my.
But a pep staff has animal friendship on it, so if I absolutely need to, I can maybe give myself a boost.
Because I have some plans.
Okay, I rolled for survival.
It didn't
20.
show up.
You got a 20.
20. You can tell that the camel was going at a fast pace, so it's moving it's double moving, which puts it at about 60 feet per round. It will be able to maintain, as it being a camel and it being a desert dwelling animal, it will be able to maintain that speed for a few hours without incurring that penalty without incurring exhausting, and
Mm-hmm.
but your horses, because they're not used to desert travel, can only go for a couple of hours at fast pace without getting exhausted. So, camels can last twice as long. So it's 8 hours of travel at a fast pace before a camel incurs exhaustion, and while it's 4 hours at a fast pace for the horses.
But if a camel's going double its speed?
Yeah, that's fast pace is is double movement.
Oh.
Moderate pace is regular movement. Yeah, you guys are able to keep the pace at moderate because the horse is faster than a camel, but you're not going to gain on them.
But even with Longstrider?
Do you Adarpi cast it on her camel, which gives it the let me double check its movement speed. Has a bite. Okay, with the 50, that puts it at a 60. So yes, it is now just as fast as the horse is. So, with Longstrider on the horses, that would put them at 70, meaning you will be gaining on him. It'd still take a couple hours before he would be within sight. He
So, do you think that it'd be best to wait until we get closer, or do you think that if we use Longstrider on the horses, um, as well, now that we'd catch up to him? Well, technically, yeah, catch up to him.
It would be more beneficial to cast it now because the horses can't go as fast as that camel does. So if we wait it out, eventually the camel will outspeed the horses.
Okay.
Just
Instead
because
of
the horses
waiting
will
until
tire a
it's
lot faster, so it'd be better to try to get as much of an advantage as we can getting closer to them now. Because in the long run, the camel has more stamina, the horses are faster.
Okay.
I do have a
so
plan to give us a little bit more sneak once we get closer to him.
Okay.
who all
I have a
has
question.
Longstrider?
Didn't prepare it this morning because I didn't think about switching my spells. Else I could prepare it if this is going to take over 8 hours. So, question I did have is from what we know, he's heading to Goldport, right?
With the Darby survival, you can tell he's not actually. He's heading in a similar direction, but he's heading a little bit south of, like, towards the Canyonist region that you guys passed by.
Would the canyon allow him to bypass past the sand wall?
Not that you know of, unless there's, like, secret tunnels.
Secret tunnels. Sorry.
Well, he's going far from the normal crossing through the sand wall, as far as we know. This trajectory.
Yes, he's probably not going to pass through that at Garrison. Or if he is, he's trying to circumvent and in the normal navigation path for some reason.
Does the carriage come with a magnifying glass? Not a telescope, like a handheld one?
Daya had one, but I don't think anyone else has one.
I didn't know if the carriage had one as part of its standard equipment.
No. Alright. You.
Why? Are you trying to look ahead?
Just since we're going to be riding for a while, it'd be good to scout out if there's any potential signs of danger or altercations that may have diverted his route.
I mean, we always send Venu,
So,
but I don't think that he.
here's what I'm going to ask: is you guys can move at a fast pace, which is you're basically going to be blindly heading forward towards him to catch up to him as quickly as possible. Well, it'll probably take a couple hours, but you will be able to catch up to him. You can move at a moderate pace with scouting, and you'll be able to see and recognize any dangers that might be up ahead. Or you can move at a slow pace, and you'll be able to. It'll be you trying to move slowly so that you can move throughout the day, move day and night, and guaranteed to catch up with him before he gets to Goldport, because he's probably not going to be moving throughout the night.
I think I like that second option.
Can't hear you, Kiari.
We do want our revenge, but we do need to keep in mind both our travel out there and our travel back. Okay. If we accidentally throw the horses into danger that we're not prepared for, we risk being stranded out in the desert.
Not even that. Like, is our goal to go back to Goldport? I don't think I want to go all the way to Goldport when you guys just got here, and there's some stuff that we still need to complete in this city. Like, are y'all wanting to go back to Goldport if we end up missing him at night and then having to going that way anyway?
We do need to leave a room, probably within the next week or two. But rushing back to Goldport probably also isn't ideal.
For reasons.
Speaking of, does anybody know how to redesign a carriage visually? Like painting and such?
I've just been using prestidigitation to change the color of it every once in a while.
Why don't well, since a camel, well, I don't know. It'd be I don't know.
How common are, like, wild camels in this area?
Wild camels, they would be fairly common, but they'd be a prey item for a lot of other things out here. So finding a herd of wild camels, you would almost certainly find in their predators. There's sand scorpions, drakes, all sorts of other things that would prey upon them.
What about, like, the kind of camel that the person would be riding?
A trained camel
that we're chasing after.
Yeah.
Is that like a common breed of camel, or?
It would be common enough.
Okay.
The main thing that separates the riding camels from like the common camels is that they've been trained to follow certain like common commands, and they are bred and trained to carry larger loads. Like a common camel wouldn't be able to carry as much stuff on its back as a riding camel would.
Huh. So far, I'm liking the second option, I believe.
Yeah. I was thinking.
What's the second option?
Moderate pace with scouting to avoid any potential dangers.
Yeah.
How fast would the moderate pace be?
That's the pace that you guys are going now. Oh, you who can eventually catch up, but it will take a little while.
How fast is the other guy going?
As far as you know, from the stride to the camel, he's going at a fast pace, which is 80 feet per round, while you guys are going at about you were going 60 now, so yeah, you guys are going at about 60.
Wait, if he's going at 80 and we're going at 60, how are we gonna catch up?
Because as the fast pace can't be maintained for forever. You just know that he's rushing to get to a location and get out of, as far away from the city as he can.
Okay.
Would it not be a thought to send anyone ahead. Because, I mean, we have the camels. And if we send at least one set of us ahead to at however speed we can, the other one can pace themselves enough so that if it gets to a point where we can't go any further with our animal, then there's still 4 horses that we're working with and a whole cart. And at least someone will be close enough.
The problem with
Alright, we can't hear you.
You're saying send people ahead with the camels?
Yeah.
That would be part of moderate with scouting. If you want to send people ahead, send Benu ahead. Use like a telescope, not telescope, what's it, a spyglass or anything like that to take your time to avoid dangers.
Yeah. Just send Bennu ahead. For sure.
Is Bennu good in the heat?
Bennu bird?
Yes.
And
This
you
is
just
his.
send Bennu bird?
This is his home environment. Yes, he will be fine. You've seen many the other cranes like him, like by water sources and whatnot, flying through the sky.
Bakari can go on ahead too.
Have we seen any of those on our trek out here?
Any what?
Of those types of crane?
There's. You've seen some occasional birds. You've passed by a couple of oases, but they're not that. They're few and far between, and they're a little ways off from the path that you're taking.
Okay. If Pakai and Bennu are going out, if either of you can bring me back a bird, I can join you out there.
Well,
I thought you had a bird tape, though.
Oh wait, you sacrificed that.
Well, that would take time to just stop and try to catch a freaking bird. And I thought we were riding the camels.
Yeah, you're fine. So let's go ahead and make it a vote.
Well, my boot and speed as well.
Because who's doing the scouting is just going to determine who makes the perception roll.
Let me see something.
And it seems like the majority consensus is to go moderate with scouting. Am I correct in that statement?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys move at a moderate pace with scouting. I would need a perception from a Darpy, and who else would be scouting?
Wouldn't you need a perception from Bennu?
Yes, from a Darpy, Bennu, and
Pakari was also going out.
Pakari, okay.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Perception. I don't think it's perception is what I have an advantage at. It'd be great if I put my boots of speed on the camel.
You can't just slap boots on a camel.
They wouldn't complain. They protect their hooves. Get perception. Disgrace. Yes, first moment week. Ew. Mine's only a 13, but Bennu's a 16.
Alright. You're fine. You guys do notice some dangers ahead and are able to circumnavigate them without losing the trail. Well, it is... So you start out in the morning. It is mid-afternoon before Bennu catches sight of you know, a lone camel moving through the desert, but Bennu also catches sight of a large encampment that's that's like around this cave in the canyon wall. Well, as this person is going down into that canyon. Now, if you guys increase to a fast pace, you'll be able to catch up with him a little bit more. He seems to have slowed down to a moderate pace, and probably has been at this pace for a little while. You guys have an opportunity to try and catch up to him before he gets to whatever encampment this is, if he's going to it.
How roughly how fast is he moving?
He's moving at normal camel speed, so about, sorry, I have to look at 50 feet per round, so a moderate, like a decent trot.
And how far away is the encampment?
He's about halfway between you guys and this encampment, which is towards the upper part of a canyon.
Yeah, we probably want to get him before he gets to the
If
encampment.
we push the camels, how fast can they run? Can we cut them off?
With the camels and the horses, you could potentially cut them off, but it will be you guys will be more noticeable. So currently
What if it was just Pakari? What if Pakari flew? Because if she like pushes, so dash flying, she could go 60 feet and around. Would that be less noticeable?
I got something for it to help it be less noticeable.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I got something called Pass Without a Trace, so at least make it where we aren't kicking up dust.
That would work. If you would like to cast Pass Without a Trace, you can do so, and then you guys won't make a dust cloud as you're traversing forward.
Yeah.
Without, yeah, that would help.
Gary, we cannot hear you.
With Pakari going in, would that mean she would be taking out the camel so we would not be able to get there fast enough?
Potentially.
I mean, Bennu could help with that.
I mean, I could just go for him, not the camel.
You'll just knock him off.
I just go snatch his ass. I can't lift him, I don't think. I think he'd be too heavy for Pakari to lift, but she could sure as hell knock him off of that thing.
I know he's wielding heavy armor.
Isn't it that my spirit animal?
Oh, he's wearing
cast
armor?
Yeah.
Cast spells. I can cast spells through my Bennu, my spirit animal.
Yes, you may cast spells through him.
So I mean, I can mold earth and just bury him in the sand. Head out, of course.
You'd have to.
If
I don't know if we can do that.
Huh?
You can open up a hole in the sand, but you would not be able to, like, close the hole around him, because you can't affect an area of earth where there's a creature in it.
Okay.
Ooh. No, you can actually do something with that. Because
Okay.
if you time it right, you can accidentally like take out one of the camel's legs.
At the very least, you could startle the camel enough that he might have to try to not fall off.
Alright, so
So what kind of?
So here are your options. You have you can move at a moderate pace and try and run interference, or B, you can move at a fast pace and all try and catch up with them at the same time. With Pass Without a Trace, that would eliminate the penalty for moving in quickly through the desert.
Is the desert considered rough terrain?
For the horses, yes. But
Okay.
for or
Because I can use mold earth to make the terrain easier for the horses. And then of course I can cast it multiple times.
it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
What
no
material
more
is
than
this armor made
two,
out of?
active at the
You
time
don't
at the
know.
same time.
Oh, I couldn't tell when I saw him before.
I mean, most likely it's metal. And Picari could put heat metal on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Picari and Bennu fly off, attempt to knock him off of his camel. Bennu scoops him up while I open up a sand hole and then drop him in it.
I don't know if all that could happen at the same time because Benny would have to grab him, but also to cast the spell. I don't think you could do those at the same time.
I mean, if we fly him closer to us, I can cast a spell. Not Bennu, right?
Okay, well, we need to decide, are we just running at a fast pace, everybody catch up, or are we doing moderate pace, and then Picari and Adarby are going to try to stall him?
Yeah. I wanted to know what the distance is he from us.
I actually think if you guys can stop him while we speed up, because even if we don't get there at the same time, if you slow him down and we catch up, then
well,
we're in a
Keontae
good
didn't
spot.
give us that option. He said moderate pace, we run interference, or our only other option is we all run up there at the same time.
Okay.
Well, if you run interference, that means that we lose the element of surprise.
But it's just him for now, before he gets into that thing.
But we definitely want to jump him before he gets there. But yeah, I feel like it would be better if we did a little bit of both. You guys run it like Kiari said.
Yeah, but since that wasn't an option given to us, we'll...
Quick break real quick. I'll be right back.
The thing with running interference is if Picari and Adarby can cast spells to stall and startle him, we still have the element of surprise. If we just run up on him on fast mounts while he's also still on a mount, he's just going to try to run away from us, and he can move faster than we can move if he pushes the camel.
You could also be loud and stuff to try to get their attention.
Yeah, we want to also try to catch up to him as fast as possible so we're not as close as to encampment, so we don't startle them as well.
That's why if Picari and Adarby just go now, fly over there, and do something, we can stall them enough for you guys to get up there.
Yeah, I want to do that. I couldn't tell how the distance of him for what I can.
He's roughly 60 feet away from us, I believe, is what Keontae said.
I gotta get him 30 feet closer then. I mean, I guess if we're running faster, we would be getting closer, but I wouldn't be able.
60 feet away from us?
Yeah.
From them, I think. I think he's 60 feet from them, and then we're behind.
Picari can fly over there in one round.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, both of them should be able to catch up because you guys will be coming
Just,
in diagonally.
just send Bennu and Pakari. I'll keep running ahead on the camel, and if you can knock him off, then we'll take. If you can knock him off, I'll have Bennu grab him up, depending on, of course, the roll, and bring him closer, and then I'll open a hole up. Because all I need is to be able to see. I think it's up to 60 feet, 30 feet.
I mean, if you guys can keep, especially if you guys can keep them grounded, we can just run them over with the cart.
Mm.
Damn.
Oh, we don't need to give this guy the honor of a fair fight.
Just run him over with his cart, huh?
No, you should let nobody go out and talk to him. It's like, hi, murdered your daughter. Now I murder you.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
I murdered your daughter, now I can murder you!
Send at the wrong moment.
He didn't actually murder. Well, technically,
Walked in at the wrong moment and saw your daughter die.
I think it would be counted as manslaughter.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just
It's
walk
like,
up to him, it's like, hey, I saw your daughter die.
If he's 60 feet away, actually, I could just cast Grease. If it fails the DC, it falls prone. The camel.
That works.
oh, true. It would be the camel's roll.
It would be the
not his.
camel's roll, not his roll.
Yeah, but the
Mm.
camel
And I
has
highly
a
doubt a
bullet,
camel's
but the
very
distance is
dexterous.
since we just know how fast they're going. So we gotta
Okay,
wait till camel gets back.
what have I missed so far?
We kind of caught up with the guy, and we are trying to stop him before he reaches an encampment.
And how far away? Okay, oh, so someone just cast a spell or something.
No, we're discussing it. Keontae's not here right now.
Yeah,
We're discussing what to do.
The in-law showed up.
Your in-laws are his in-laws.
Yours, well, mine technically.
Let's see here. I've got a full load of spells.
Yeah. So y'all are in the cart, riding behind on the horses, and we're on the camels and I guess the horse. I don't know.
Okay.
Or
The
all-
carriage's
are all
being
of
pulled by horses, and you brought a camel.
Well, yeah, but we went ahead to scout,
Yeah, the
and
scout party is you, Pakari, and Bennu.
that's what I'm saying.
From
I
the
don't know the distances because we just kept asking the speed of them. We didn't ask the distance between us, like for feet.
Yeah.
Since you're in communication with Bennu, like vocal communication, because I think that has a range where you can't communicate directly and it's just emotional. I might have that wrong. I'd be thinking of a different game.
No, I can communicate
if
with Bennu.
so since you can communicate with Bennu, you're probably behind them, but not like miles behind them. You're probably like maybe 100 feet tops away from Bennu and Picard.
Well, I left out with Pakari and Bennu on the camel, and the camel's was going faster. That's how us three caught up, which is why we were having the discussion. Y'all in the cart, we'd have to hold him in place until the cart catches up. But since we see them, we're just gonna send Pakari and Bennu ahead of me, to get to him because he's far ahead. He's still ahead, but we can still see him.
Okay. So I can do nothing for now. Okay.
Do you have Longstrider or a spell like that?
I have the old Cake of Speed, and I have Enhance Ability. That's it.
I don't think can you throw a cape on a horse?
Cake. Food.
Oh, my cake!
Yep.
Horse?
That
My
is still
cake I
sitting in the
made.
inventory.
You have some of that. I didn't
That's still good.
it.
It's magical. I assume it is. On the other hand, I do have something else that might be fun if we can get close enough. I have a bottle of alcohol and firebolt.
Well, I was asking because it loses its potency next time Picard makes them.
Oh, so then is it gone?
What?
Because you
As
gave me the
Picard
cake feedback at the
infused it-
mansion.
What?
Yeah.
Two
It
people are
didn't
talking.
spoil?
What?
Have you made any other recipes since the mansion?
Yes. Why?
Okay, so the cake he has would be inactive.
No, it would be active.
Oh, you just haven't.
Yeah, I just make them. I just make them. I can make a certain amount once a day.
I thought they went bad after a good period.
No. Unless there's any rules on food not being as like rotting. But outside of that, nothing in the ability actually says that, because we've looked it up before. It doesn't say that it goes away or you can only have X amount in creation.
Skills of how you cook, the spoiled milk would basically be ice cream. So
I can speed up one of our horses by 5 feet of speed per round.
Probably should have given that to one of the.
Huh?
Did everybody use their cakes?
I was gonna say probably should have used that to speed up and catch up a bit quicker. Flyers could have gotten there a bit sooner.
Well, y'all didn't know I had it, so.
Yeah. I don't have anything in my inventory, but I don't remember having anything in the inventory from the jump, so.
I don't remember. Did I eat mine?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
You probably ate yours because you had to bolt.
Well, hold on. Not everyone got a speed cake.
Yeah.
Everyone got something different. You got one that gave you temporary hit points and you used it already.
Oh yeah, homestyle. That saved my butt.
Yeah, mine was speed because of rampant.
He gave out, I think, three cakes. Me, Nissa, and I guess nobody. Nobody.
I got one. I have it in my inventory, so.
You got one. Okay.
I got a cake at some point.
Maybe I didn't. I don't think I got one then. I don't see one in my inventory, so that's probably it. I didn't get one because I already have speed.
Yeah, I can't make that many a day, so not everyone would have gotten one.
Yeah. So enhance ability won't do anything in our situation.
No.
Yeah.
Unless it hasn't.
That's really it. Without over pushing your horses.
What were you saying, Kiari?
Oh, I was going to say, unless that particular enhance ability has some kind of boost for,
Because Cat's Grace is advantage on dex, and you don't take fall damage at 20 feet or less.
No, I have enhanced ability too. None of it's worth it.
Yeah.
For this.
Well, actually, wait. For exhaustion would be con check.
That would.
Yeah, but we're right here at them. We don't need to. I don't feel like we need to cast that. I would save it.
I know. The thing is, I'm farther behind, and I don't know what my ranges are.
Alright, I'll be right back, y'all.
Because my longest range spell is 120 with a firebolt.
I mean, that might actually be useful here in a minute.
I know.
Well, yeah, I have firebolt too. I might be casting grease on this fucker, so.
Oh.
I might be trying to, because I'm going to try to drop the camel. I'm going to try to knock it prone.
Grease fire.
Because I bet you that camel ain't got no dex. Fucking camel.
I heard y'all arguing about that. Counter argument: animal handling is a thing.
But the camel has to make a dex check.
True.
Or it falls prone. That's just that's because it's grease.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and my only ranged option is a sling, which is 3120. So. Well, I have a dagger, but that's even worse at 2050.
I have spell. We can hit them. We can get them. I'm confident of that. It depending on exactly what we do is the question.
Okay.
And if you guys can slow him down enough where I can get within 90 feet of him, I can snatch that dude right over to us.
And then we jump. Oh yeah, whatever happened with the shop lady?
Adobe stayed behind to get her to arrest her.
Oh,
and then
she was in on it.
Yeah. And then she wasn't in on it. She was just kidnapping.
Oh. Lovely.
Her own ex-wife. Who is a dryad? A cactus dryad. Who gave us what was it?
It's basically a decanter of endless water.
Oh, perfect.
The cactus.
But you know.
So it's the quenchiest.
But you know, guys, we could use that to just kind of take him, just pour water in the sand to pack it.
Oh, you were thinking of a different path than I was. Okay.
Just bury him in the sand and make it. Just crush him with the sand. Is that what you're saying?
I was gonna say let him cook. Let the buzzards take care of it.
Yeah, I was thinking something else to get some information out of him, but okay.
We're not boiling people from the inside out again.
We don't have that capability as far as I'm aware.
I mean, Picard can boil anyone.
Picard knew what?
Boil
people.
And turn him into a delicious meal.
No, I was thinking more real world by, waterboarding.
No, that works too.
That's it. I'm not whatever my Mutants and Masterminds character was. I don't have that kind of crazy firepower anymore. As fun as he was. And as little as I understood that game.
What's to understand?
The system was always a bit weird for me.
I think it's one of those systems that's very simple, but complex in its simplicity.
I mean, you had someone dogfighting Japanese fighter jets, or at least World War II Japanese fighters, and winning.
Yeah, you're superheroes.
Still, just gonna like I took off and I just kept roasting planes.
One thing that planes have to worry about a lot of is maneuverability. Against another plane, much easier than against a guy-sized target.
I think I also grab wind later? Or did I just keep fire? Yeah. I'd have to find the sheet if I ever kept it.
I think you did get wind powers. Sometimes I think you guys could have taken so much more than I threw at you.
Oh yeah, because I am just a living flamethrower.
I was just introduced into that roleplay, and then
It kind of couldn't exist anymore.
It's not that it couldn't. It was just school.
Yeah. You know, I was a living flamethrower with flight. I was a nightmare to deal with.
To be fair, a lot of you guys were nightmares to deal with. That was kind of pretty much the point with most of you.
Like, I just simplified it. Imagine if I
What do
had
you
actually
mean?
gone.
Boone was innocent. She did nothing.
Weren't you a mechanic?
No.
I forgot what you were.
teacher.
My girl was the shapeshifter
Oh. Yeah, no, those can be absolutely terrifying.
that had to eat DNA to transform into stuff.
Ah.
She's the one that basically could copy powered individuals.
Yeah, no, yeah, that must have been nearer to the end, or I just couldn't remember.
Well, I think you left not too long after or
Joan.
before.
Yeah. Because the last thing I remember was like a weasel or something mechanic.
No, I had a first character that was mechanic, but I wasn't really vibing, so I made a new character.
Yeah, that was the only. Yeah, I didn't see your shapeshifter then.
Yeah, my second character is a shapeshifter, and she had to basically, she could perfectly replicate anything, anything's DNA that she consumed, which include powered individuals. So like,
So mana, but better.
no, she gets like, if so, like, say she like copied your character, she would not only look, sound like your character, she'd also have all your character's powers.
Yeah, so
She just
mana, but
wouldn't
better.
have their abilities.
Yeah.
No, because Mana's literally just appearance.
Yeah, but my
But
character.
better.
Yeah.
I said mana, but better each time. Mana, but better with the ability to get more stuff.
Well, I wouldn't even put those in the same. Because, like, also, I'm surprised you chose Mana and not Rimuru.
I haven't watched Slime in a little bit, so.
Yeah, that was also before Slime came out.
True.
So Boone's whole thing.
And also, Rimuru hasn't really changed appearances a whole lot since the event.
So turn into wolves more.
My character was a nightmare for Kiari. I broke the Mutants and Masterminds creation thing and made a character that he was scared of.
See, the thing of Boone it's a case of, oh shoot, if I introduce a character, I have to be ready in case somehow their DNA gets got.
Not me stealing one of the most powerful people's DNA right under your nose. That was hilarious.
Which, given the group we had, would have been fairly easy, because all you have to do is make them bleed.
Boone tricked it out of him by just being rough with a handshake.
Yeah, I basically used her to like scrape some of his skin off in her nails, and then that's enough.
So you basically have to make someone with iron skin, but if you make someone with iron skin, you got a flamethrower.
Well, no. So it's anything that could have DNA in it, she can do it. So it doesn't have to be blood. It could be skin. It could be a piece of hair. It could be anything, as long as it contains DNA in it.
Yeah, I was saying if someone had like iron skin, you wouldn't be able to really scratch that off too well.
No, she would have to get it from something else.
Yeah.
Of theirs, blood or saliva or hair or toenail or.
Well, so that kind of gets into an interesting thing. If it technically does have a biological component to it, as long as you had something that could properly digest it, like if you could turn it to something else that could properly eat metal, and then it's like, oh well, that can eat them. So now,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a nightmare. Yep, I'm kind of glad I got out of there.
why? They were on your side.
It's a
Yeah,
shame,
but then you start to have to escalate things to counter her.
I did not need to escalate things to counter.
It's a shame you
It's
can...
really easy to counter her in terms of she is, like, to the point of how reliant she is on that DNA. She can't even turn back to her own form without DNA from her old form. So, like, her original form, I guess you could say, she can't even turn that back to it unless she consumes DNA from that. So she has to constantly keep a, like, bundle of, like, vials and different things that contain DNA. Otherwise, whatever she turned into last, she's stuck like that.
Yeah, but again, if you're stuck as a super powerful person,
Well, so she still had limits. Like, I couldn't perfectly replicate, like, anything that was too powerful, basically. Because how it worked was I basically abused the, what's it called, Kiari? The weakness, system type thing.
You can put limits on abilities to
Yeah.
make
So I
them
basically
cheaper.
abuse the limit system along with one of the shape-shifting ability, which is you put points into a thing to like get this look and aesthetic and ability, and I basically did that to then continuously redistribute a set of points to different traits. There were just certain things I couldn't redistribute it to.
Okay.
But and then basically rebuild the character every time she consumed a piece of DNA with limitations.
Okay. Well, anywho.
I don't think they could replicate like magic.
Probably not, which means
No, she can
Test character would have
only
been fine.
replicate biological things.
It was a shame y'all couldn't experience my character so much, or...
I know! Kiari ended it right when your character got introduced.
He got abducted by school.
Yeah, he's been done with school for too long for him to keep using that as an excuse.
Alright, I'm back.
My diamond weave golems hit harder than All Might.
If I had to, it's because I got frustrated and I was like, I'll do it myself with second edition.
What?
I wanted to play Pathfinder second edition, and after a while, but no one wanted to run it, so I was like, well, I gotta do it. But that means I'm taking up a potential slot for bringing back one of my old games. Now other people have grown an interest in running games, so I also worry about taking away their opportunity to do that by adding more games to the list.
Mm.
Alright, you guys, hey, sorry about the delay. You guys here? You guys can hear
Yep.
me? Okay.
We can hear you.
Alright, what did you guys decide on?
We were trying to ask distances for one thing.
Oh.
Yeah, how far away is he exactly? From Pakari and Darby?
Probably about a quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile?
280 divided by 4.
That's a big distance.
1,320 feet.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, you know.
That is nowhere near what I thought you said earlier.
I said he's within sight. In a desert environment, and most of unless you're up on a big hill, the sight that you have out is...
Well, that changes everything because a Picard and a Darby can't catch up to that. Because I thought we were all really close to each other, because you said he's about to reach the place, but he's in between us and the place.
Right.
So he's not about to reach the place, because he still has an hour of going, at least, to get there.
An hour?
If he's only moving about 50 feet, and it's over 1,000 feet...
That's 26 times...
Okay.
That's...
Kiari, we can't hear you.
You...
158
seconds divided by 60. He's like maybe 2 minutes and 64 seconds from going a quarter mile. A quarter mile isn't that far of a distance. That's like that's about as far as most people walk in a day, just moving around their house or...
Yeah, I was literally about to say that's not as far as you think, because that's literally like from the high school to the herb.
But that's still outside the range of quite literally everything in the system.
What I was gonna say is, if he's 1,000 feet from Bakari and Bennu, and he's only like 2 minutes from getting to the place, he's gonna get there first. They have a large distance to cover, and they're already booking it.
Well, that's the party still moving at moderate. Yeah. You guys, if you guys double move at, let me clear. So, you guys are trying to overtake him. He's 2.5 minutes from getting there, but you guys moving at 140 feet times. You guys will more than overtake him if you double move.
Let's just do that.
Bakari and them aren't that far ahead of us. That's where a lot of the confusion was, because we thought you were talking about how far Bakari and Bennu were, because the scouting party went ahead because they had the faster camel and the 2 people that could fly.
The scouting party is probably like maybe 100 or so feet from the rest of you guys. And they're just like, instead of going in a straight line, they're going up to the top of dunes or hills and whatever, and looking around and surveying the area around you guys to make sure that you guys don't run into danger and avoid those dangers.
Okay, so if we all run, all of us running there is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
And then
we'll go on and
give me a group stealth check. Actually, let me request a group stealth check.
Well,
Kiara,
first.
Kiara, you said if we get within 90 feet, you can grab his ass?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that will be the plan. You to grab him when we get within 90 feet.
So only the scouting party won't get past without a trace.
Oh, what is it? I'm not in the right thing. Oh, we're in the road map. I thought I had switched everyone to the desert travel map.
Nope.
I don't even
The
see
Desert
anything.
Travel map music was playing on my screen because I have it on one of my screens. Alright.
So so basically everyone except Adarpi and Bakari have advantage on a 10 bonus.
10 bonus.
I mean, we could just fall back to B by you guys to be within range of that.
You just have to be within 30 feet.
Yeah, we're not far from you guys.
So y'all move back and then we move up as a unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone gets a plus 10.
Okay.
Yep.
Am I missing anyone on the tracker?
I don't know what the tracker is.
I don't see anything.
On the screen.
Hold on.
What do you mean?
I don't
can't see the
think
screen
so.
I'm there.
No tracker
That's
on the
1, 2,
screen.
3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6. That would have been the 7th, so you have everyone.
Your mom's yelling at somebody. Hold on.
Ooh.
Right, bro.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, that really changes the conversation.
Now, let me go ahead and roll his perception because his would be a passive perception. His passive perception is where is it at? It's in the attribute.
Passive perception 2.
Well, it'd have to be a 12.
Where's passive perception on the C?
It doesn't exist. You just have to add his modifier.
Well, if it's like our sheets, then it would just be under perception and you go off to the side.
Well, let me get my sheet up.
It says passive perception and mine's 16.
Oh.
It'll be right next to the modifier.
That's what all the numbers on the side are. They're your passive numbers.
Yep.
Oh. I did not know that.
Alright. You guys have to
Yeah,
be
those are your
DC
passives.
of 10.
And everybody gets to add 10 to their roll.
Alright. There's literally, unless the majority of you guys roll natural ones, there should be no way for you guys not to get the drop on him.
So he already forgot to add the 10, so he's at 13. Nobody forgot to add the bonus, I guess. So 8. So we got a 13, an 18, and a 14.
So wait, we add how we
10.
So situational bonus, just type in 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
28, 18, and then Lex disappeared to the angry
check
mother.
on something.
Yeah, Lex disappeared to the angry mother.
I'll roll it.
Which, no matter what, as long as she doesn't nat 1, we're fine.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Lowest roll was a 13 overall.
Oh wait, I forgot I had disadvantage.
How did you have
Why?
disadvantage?
Heavy armor.
Eh.
You're on a carriage!
Yeah, it's still clanking.
Essentially, you guys are just trying to be as quiet as possible while you're prepping to intercept.
And plus, you're inside of a carriage. It kind of muffles some of the noise.
And again, even if he failed, everyone else succeeded. And it wasn't an at 1. So we're fine.
Alright, so you guys he's run out, and charge forward, and through the sand as quietly, as like quieter than a desert mouse. Okay.
As we get in, everyone gets arranged with their spells and everything else. This guy's getting it.
Yeah. Once he's within 90 feet.
Oh yeah. Yep, we all know what's happening once he gets within 90 feet.
What's happening once he gets within 90 feet?
I'm gonna vortex warp him in front of the carriage.
Oh.
Alright.
Well, that works too. I was gonna just shoot him.
Well, no, yeah, but vortex warp would make it much easier, because then especially in front of the carriage, because then we could just pop out and
If it fails, I'll hit insinuation, which will make them stop.
Alright.
And if that fails, I've got firebolt.
Alright. You're going to vortex warp him. What's the save?
I'll press the button.
Saving throw, and let me check something before you roll that. Well, so you're doing that as soon as you're within 90, so this won't work.
What's that?
I was gonna do cutting words.
I mean, if you want to tell me about it, I can wait until we're within range of that.
Oh no, it doesn't affect saving throws.
Unless someone has Bane, I guess we're just gonna have to go with whatever he rolls.
Yeah, because cutting words doesn't affect saving throws, and I can't boost your ability. So yeah,
I only have blessed.
And 18.
that's an 18 with advantage apparently.
His armor provides an advantage against
But-
magical effects, if you guys don't recall.
I can hex them.
You can go
That
for
work?
it.
As you guys are catching up to him, Mana sticks his head out the top of the carriage and throws out the whip of void energy towards Iridis, but his armor glows softly as he gets yanked, but doesn't get pulled towards you guys. As he turns around, he's like, you can hear him. Do any of you guys speak Draconic?
Nope.
Don't think so.
No?
No.
Surprisingly, not a language I picked up this time around.
Nope.
One moment.
From just from the general intonation of his words, he's probably saying every Draconic slur in the curse word in the book.
Oh, we got him, man. I think this man is trying to speak telegraph.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's Mana's attempt.
Alright. Are we still gaining on him?
Yeah, we're within 90 at least.
Okay, I was about to... I'll have to wait until I'm 60 for me.
Okay.
My spell is well within range.
Mine is too.
You shoot high, I shoot low.
Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to shoot the camel and try to kill the camel so it just drops dead.
Well, that's what I was saying. Do you want to double tap the camel? Do you want to shoot high low? What do you want to do?
Let's double tap the camel.
All right, firebolt the camel.
Well, I'm using
What are you using?
I
Fury
mean...
with
we
my
could
gun.
triple tap the camel.
All right,
No.
just to try and make sure this is gonna hit, I'm gonna go ahead and burn a inspo for myself. So that's gonna be an 8 to whatever this is. Spellbook, firebolt. Attack plus 8. That's a nat 20.
Oh god. This poor camel.
Oh,
This
no.
poor camel. Man, if he better with
This
me, I could
poor
have perfectly
camel
cooked
got
that camel.
emulated.
And it's a spell crit, right?
Camels only have 15 health. You absolute monster. As you.
Well,
like,
we don't know how bad
th-
this is gonna be.
1 second there's a galloping camel. The next it just bursts. There's viscera and viscera.
So you don't want me to roll the damage, okay?
You don't have to worry about the damage. Because I'm pretty sure anything you will roll.
I mean, it's 40-10.
Nobody just starts
Go ahead and roll it
tackling.
anyway, just in case the camel somehow survives double damage.
26.
It doesn't.
Yeah, nobody's cackling.
Man, too bad I didn't kill him with fire. We could have had some roasted camel for dinner.
Nobody's like, well, okay then.
Airtis is going to. He has been unseated. He has to make a acrobatics or athletics. He's going to make an athletics.
And then there's probably about to be a shot at his head.
He falls and takes 2d6 of bludgeoning.
Oh.
Perfect shot.
Which means he is prone.
Can you kick me out kick me out so I can log back in?
Oh, of the game?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Oh,
Burn 'em
that is
over.
the best firebolt I have ever cast.
Of course,
Oh, I'm about to
nobody's
shoot him
gonna run
twice
us
as well.
over.
Man,
Run
this
'em
whole thing
over.
is acting up. Internet, why do you do this to me?
Alright.
What's odd is I probably could have cast Comprehend Languages to understand them, but I don't think I cared enough.
Alright. Who's next in the surprise round?
How
John's
close am
trying
I?
to do something.
You
Yeah.
guys are all just within 90 feet of him.
John's
I can't
going
even
for
log
a
in.
double tap,
Yep.
but his computer is apparently acting up.
Yeah, the internet went out and then it reset Foundry twice for some reason.
Mm,
Yep.
Yeah, that is the-
another sun flare.
Who knows?
Okay, well,
That-
I
that is
can't
the-
log back in.
that is the best firebolt I have ever cast.
Trying to find.
How are we? Did we get any closer during that time?
This is all happening in those few moments after their mana tries to vortex warp him.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna use one of my Kai points to use Kai Fuel attack, so I can make 2 attacks. If I make an attack with my weapon, then I can make a second attack with my weapon.
So fire off.
Well,
You hope-
okay. So you're doing something.
Yeah, I'm shooting him twice. Shooting at him
Okay,
twice.
I don't want to overstep anybody, so I'm just making sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he's trying. His internet's fighting him.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm waiting a little bit until we're closer.
Yeah, at least I gave nobody a good laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kick me out, Keontae?
Mm-hmm. Just refresh
Well,
your page and it
I
should
have
allow
done
you
that
to.
5-6 times.
So I don't know. Concerning, this is still the
Surprise round, you're asking if you get advantage.
yeah, and sneak attack.
I'll say yes. He's kind of
Okay.
disoriented since he is on the ground. But since you are making a ranged attack at someone who is prone, it is going to be at disadvantage, which would cancel out any advantage that you would get.
I'm pretty sure my gunner gets around that. Because it does within 5 feet. Let me see if they're prone as well. Ignore the looting penalty. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your range attacks.
Yeah,
That doesn't affect.
It doesn't affect this. So.
Did he try to shoot him while he's
So
tumbling?
at normal.
Yeah, it's just a regular roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better than doing it at disadvantage.
Yep.
And
I still love.
we have to figure out how to add sneak attack. I think I do it after.
Yeah.
So 12 and 9.
Rip.
My God.
Neither of those hit, certainly.
Those are bad.
Well, it also makes sense. You were aiming at a target that suddenly lost his mount.
True.
Like 1 second there was a camel, the next second there's a pile of ash.
Alright, Picari, you wanted to do something?
Well, Nick, did you say you wanted to do something?
Oh no, not until we are within 60 feet.
Okay.
And that's only if y'all fail.
Okay. Then I can cast Firebolt. So.
Fire it up.
Do it.
Give me a quick second. Let me try and troubleshoot Lex real quick. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
No, that's not hidden.
That's not hidden.
Yeah.
Rip.
Man, none of our stuff wants to hit right now.
Well,
Notice that sun flare.
We'll get close. If we get closer, I have better spells to use.
well, yeah, because he ain't moving anymore. If he's moving, he's on foot and he's slower. So, worst case scenario, we have the mass to run him over.
Yep.
I have a question.
Should have done this instead. Oops. Oh well. Just let him.
What?
I created a bonfire on top of him.
Maybe you should refresh.
Oh, yeah, just cook them.
Yep.
I already did my attack though, so. It's all attack happening in a short amount of time, so I don't want to do too much at once. I want people to be able to do stuff.
I should have known not to bother with Vortex Warp on him. I should have done it on the camel.
Yeah, it would have been nice if it worked. It's just he apparently had advantage.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He better hope I don't get close enough to him with that metal armor.
Exactly.
He's gonna regret his entire existence.
So technically, we don't know the material. It's most likely metal, though.
Oh,
it could be mithril.
Oh wait, we can't.
We
can't run him over.
Does Lex show up as online for any of y'all? On the players section?
Nope. I see Game Master, John, Keontae, Kiari, Nick, Sarah, Steven.
I'm seeing Lex.
Alright, John, can you refresh real quick? From what I'm reading, if when I kick someone, if they're still visible on anyone's screen, it can cause
why not refresh the entire game?
Well, because then I'd have to.
I refresh and it's still showing her.
And I just have to hope that.
Oh no, now she dropped.
Alright.
There I am. Hi, me.
There we go. So apparently John is the server host today.
That was a mistake.
Interesting little tidbit.
Ha 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 ha.
That was
I have all
the
the
biggest
power.
mistake. That was the biggest mistake of the game.
I have all the power.
John, don't have your internet go out on us. I don't know why I stuttered right then.
Oh, it would
I
have
don't
just.
know
It
why I
would
would
just
not make the GM the
GM
host, though.
yeah.
That's the weird thing.
It's basic.
And I wasn't even the first one to get on, so why am I the host when I'm not even the first one to get?
It's a client-side thing. It's checking for everyone's connection to the general server.
Yeah, but I feel like I would probably have the better one.
The forum that's talking about it is weird because there's conflicting information. Essentially, it's saying that sometimes when the game does its its automatic refresh just to make sure that just to check and make sure everything's still there. It will move the host to whoever has the most stable connection or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly how it works because I'm not part of I don't pay that much attention to the technical side of how Foundry works.
Well, yeah, but then again, when it does a refresh, it should have hit me. Because I have a direct hard line with pretty good internet.
Yeah, we're hard lined in too, so that. Anyways, who goes next? Do we all go?
You have the only people who haven't acted in the surprise round are nobody and a Darby.
And okay, never mind.
Yeah, if you want to do something,
now's the time.
Now's the time.
Gotcha,
if you can reach.
Including moving. Because you're the driver.
Oh,
get us closer, please.
Run him over.
We probably should have led with that.
Then let me just double move. What am I?
Run him over. Run him over.
Run and dash over.
Alright. So with the 120 feet, yes, you will definitely catch up to the 90 feet, and you can. Alright, let me look at the wagon because it does actually have a attack roll for this.
Perfect.
I feel like that's something nobody would do too. Nobody would be like, oh, looky, eggs and cookies.
Oh, look at this. What an unfortunate little fly on the ground.
Boom, boom,
Seem to have run over something.
I think I need a backup now.
Those inside the wagon better hold on.
Make an attack roll using your animal handling or your proficiency. It's animal handling plus proficiency. No. Animal handling or proficiency bonus if you're proficient in vehicles.
Which
you're not. That's it's animal handling, and it's a D20 plus your animal handling modifier. So just roll animal handling, and that's going against his AC.
Since he's within 5 feet and it's a melee attack, wouldn't it be at advantage?
He's also prone.
Yep.
That's what Kiari's talking about.
It's not like he can exactly get out of the way.
I mean, he can roll.
I want to set the precedent of you guys knocking people prone and running them over with your wagon.
Yes. Absolutely.
Also, are we going to be in the wagon anyway to run people over?
Yeah, how often is that going to be a thing?
I don't know. So you guys might
just remember, it sets the precedent that they can do
we can't
it as
just
well.
bring the wagon with us and knock people prone.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll watch the wagon. Is that what you're worried about?
Alright.
Are you worried we're just going to bring the wagon everywhere?
Roll at advantage.
Run him over, run him over!
20!
Yeah.
Roll 2d6 plus the wagon's strength,
Which is
8. So 2d6 plus 8.
Oh my god, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt! Y'all better hang on inside that wagon. Bakari and Darby just watching this on their camels.
Should we stop them?
no.
I don't think so.
15.
Oh god.
Hey, nobody. I think you hit a speed bump.
Alright.
Are you gonna keep going or are you gonna...
No, I'll stop.
Alright, that puts you guys... He's...
10 feet.
It would have been... You guys were moving at 140. You moved... it's 90... So that puts you at about 50 feet on the other side of him.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Perfect indeed.
Okay, so how far from him?
You would
50 feet.
Yeah, I'll say the camels are just keeping pace with the wagon, so yeah, you're in the same place that they are. Just to simplify things.
So yeah, 50 feet to the target.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said that
Yep.
when Mana tried to pull him, his armor lit up.
Yeah.
Out of the time that I've spent with the Adventurers Guild, have I seen anything like this before?
You've heard rumors of creatures that are able to like creatures that are able to resist magic, and his armor might be made from one such creature.
Okay. Where is he at? Is he laying down? Is he up? I mean, you just ran him over.
Yeah, he's laying down, face first on the ground. With his armor seems to have taken the brunt of that wagon running him over.
Okay.
He's gonna look like a crumpled tin can.
I assume we're probably about to have to roll initiative.
What is my distance on here? That's not good enough. I'll aim my rifle at him on the ground. How can I see, like, his I guess the center of his body where I can try and aim better?
He'd be flat, so
he's laying on the ground, so you do have disadvantage on ranged attacks against him. So you can roll. You don't have anything that's giving you advantage currently. No one's able to, like, no one has given you, like, the help action or anything.
No, but I wish I can use it on my own self. What's the thing that I have?
Might I give a suggestion?
Distance and guidance.
Ready action when he stands up, pull the trigger.
True.
Because you can set the trigger to just about anything, and he's probably going to try to get up. And once
Yeah,
he
I don't think
stands
he wants to stay laying down.
No. And once he stands
Well,
up,
I
he will
might
no
have
longer
got
be prone for disadvantage on the shot, so then you can take a clean shot.
Oh, so it's a disadvantage at him being down there on the ground.
Yes, but you can ready your action and then have it when he stands up, then you shoot.
My thing is, I wouldn't want the armor to ricochet the bullet. So I like headshots for a reason.
Mm.
Or I can aim for the crotch.
I mean, either way, you can do a held action for. I think you can held action called shot.
Okay, would it be weird? How many actions do I have? Just one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So prepare shot.
Yeah. So you hold your action to shoot with a trigger, and you determine the trigger.
Okay.
So like,
You just have to declare the trigger beforehand.
Yeah.
In this case, you stand up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's how you deal with whack-a-mole enemies.
Yeah. I like that option then. I'll do that.
So, Adarpi readies her rifle the moment he stands up and is no longer prone, pull the trigger.
But how long will he be?
Basically, like you're aiming and you're waiting.
Yeah.
For the best opportunity.
Oh, he's probably going to try to get up the moment he can.
100% he's going to get up, because if he's prone, he can't really do much of anything.
Yeah, and if he stays down, we're just going to walk over there and just start,
Or pull the wagon around and run back over him.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get up and fucking book it.
Standing fully on his feet, or would it be him being on his knees? Because if he's
standing up.
Standing up.
Because
as he's standing up.
Yeah, so basically, the trigger is once he is standing up fully, you pull the trigger. If he is on his knees, if he is on a knee, if he is flat on the ground, he is technically prone, which gives you disadvantage.
Okay.
So the trigger would be once he is standing and no longer prone.
Okie dokie.
That'd be the best trigger.
I wish that I can use like scatter bullets. That'd be really nice.
Invest in a shotgun.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to do that.
I think that it's the best course of action to do at this moment, because even if like he doesn't stand up and tries to crawl away, then when it turns to our turns again, we can literally walk up there and curb stomp him, just beat the ever-loving crap out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't move in that moment, right?
No.
Readying to fire,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to move?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. Well, then fine, do that.
Because you're holding your action.
Alright. So I guess that's the end of surprise.
Alright. Now, how do I do this?
Oh, excuse me. Let's see here.
He's about to have a really bad day.
Very.
He's already having a very bad day. His camel
In
got
case no one's heard.
assassinated out from under him, and he just got run over by a carriage. I think he's having a pretty bad day.
Let's just hope that nobody near the camp heard us.
Help.
I mean, look, it's their choice if they want to throw their lives away.
Very true. We'll just run them over with the carriage as well.
Carriage Mafia. We got 3 people with snipe. We got 4 people with sniping capabilities.
We gotta deal with a mugger in another campaign. Now we got Carriage Mafia.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you've got a rifle. Nissa has a rifle. I have Firebolt. Bakari has Firebolt.
Alright,
I also have Firebolt.
Go ahead. Do you want me to roll everyone's initiative, or do you guys want to each individually roll your initiative?
I'll roll an.
Set it up. That's the roll.
Set up. Go into the combat encounter.
Oh. I forgot it's not one of the ones that gets thrown out there.
Normal. Oh, hello.
There's a combat.
What is with my rolls today?
Damn, my roll too.
Wait, my initiative.
How does
is
Dobat have a 3.12?
No, I have a 25.12.
Dope
Well,
at
yeah,
this,
but why do you have a .12? Where's that
There it is.
.12 coming from?
Because I modified it to do similar to how our old Roll 20 campaign is.
He essentially has tie beater on his, so like with Irritus and Nobody, they have the same roll, but one of them has a higher dex, so they go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just wrote it in as a bonus, similar to how Roll 20 did the tiebreaker stuff. It's just the 12 is my dex score.
Okay.
It just helps so that when the system is sorting by descending order, it puts that .12 above a .10 or a .14 above a .12, etc. It just kind of helps.
Is initiative an ability check?
Go to combat counters, and then there's a little thing you could click, but it's not.
I just need
technically.
Yeah, it's not. It's weird.
It's its own weird enigmatic roll type. But I think that's another natural 20. I am going to be horrible the rest of this campaign, probably.
You're just
Me,
sucking up all
that's
of
how
us.
I felt fucking yesterday. With all my rolls on Suzaki, I was like, oh god, something bad's gonna happen soon.
What's my rabbit hop distance? It's 5. Was it 5 times my? So that's right. Yeah, so I can close the distance and just shank them. A dagger is a finesse weapon, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Why can I hear her so well?
Our son just walked in and brought his sister with him.
Well, tell him to take her away.
He's doing it.
Okay.
Perfect.
So,
And as far as Dobet knows, this guy caused the whole scenario that led to Simon's death.
you're unsure. You just know that he was involved.
Okay, that's what I was trying to check. Did anyone inform Dobet of what this guy is?
Yeah.
So what did you inform
Actually,
Dobet of?
We were hunting down whoever attacked Simon.
Okay.
They were allied with Apep. Did we know it was Iridis?
Yes.
You got the description of a desert kobold, and you wearing strange armor with an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I know what my turn's gonna be because I'm not gonna firebolt again, and I'm not gonna vicious mockery. Just pray I don't regret this. Even if I do, I just roll a new character.
Right. Who's up first?
Go Pat.
Alright, Delbat, what are you gonna do?
So let me double check this ability works this way. Yeah, it's a bonus. So I'm at the cart 50 feet away. Bonus action, I'm gonna rabbit hop 25 feet in the direction of the person. So let me use that to burn the ability. Moving 25 feet while drawing my +2 dagger. And melee.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I set this up correctly because I had to change it up for finesse. So we'll see if it does it correctly. Yep. So that's 18 to hit.
Alright, that hits.
Normal.
Ooh.
7 damage.
Alright. When you hit him with your dagger, here, glittery yellow sparks come off of the blade.
Can I tell what that is?
That's just, that seems to be the magic, just the magical effect of the dagger that you didn't know before. So, like, it seems when you hit things with the dagger, it shoots off these yellow sparks, like Power Ranger style.
Okay. Alright, and that is my turn. That's all my actions. But I will state that I am not in between the cart and them. I am at an angle where everyone has a shot if they want that. Because I still had another 5 feet of movement if I needed to reposition to make sure everyone could see.
Nissa.
Yep. I am trying to... So I don't know if I want to try to go against his dex or his constitution. I mean, it seems like he's got something with his dex. With the armor. So it might be better to go against his constitution.
I'm gonna go get some water real quick. Be right back.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up 40 feet, get me within 10 feet, and then use poison spray. Hope he rolls low, guys. Oh, nope, he passed.
Just don't damage that armor. Just let his body melt within it.
And that's my turn. Because I'm holding my other action.
What do you mean?
Oh. I have a reaction. Saving my reaction
Okay.
in case I need it.
Alright. He is
Well, I mean-
going to, as a bonus action, he's going to disengage. And you see, he's not even going to. He's not going to spend the extra movement to get up because he has a scamper ability. He Desert Kobolds, instead of the cower ability, get the scamper ability while they're in a desert environment, and they can as a move action move up to half their speed while remaining prone. So he will scamper for 15 feet.
All right, what's that poison spray at? Oh, okay. Sorry, just trying to make sure I caught up.
He will scamper for 15 feet.
I
That
can
doesn't
attack,
really,
don't I?
He disengaged.
Cheater!
It actually does.
Hmm?
It just keeps him prone. Is his main advantage of doing that. He didn't actually get any further than he would have gotten if he had
Well,
just stood
why-
up and run.
Why have the ability? Can I just not use this kobold?
I mean, it protects him from ranged attacks, but that's about it.
Okay. And then he's going to use his action to dash. So he's going to
Move another 15 feet.
yes, you move another 15. You would think it would give the ability to move in prone at their normal movement speed. But
But at
no.
this point, he could just stand up.
He's afraid of what happens if he does, probably.
Well,
Yeah, if he gets up, he moves further. And he just saw this rabbit.
but he has
bolt.
to use half. You have to use half his movement speed to stand up.
He'd still get 45 feet instead of 30. Because he would move. Assuming the movement speed is 30, he'd lose 15 to get
so
up.
He
15
doesn't really.
move.
He doesn't really need to scamper then, and that's not really useful in this situation at least. Maybe in other situations, or I've retooled the desert, their kobold to have some other ability.
But, so then, is he gonna stand up?
Yeah, he'll stand up. That triggers a Darby's held action, so a Darby can have their shot. And as he's moving, he's going to move 45 feet, and he's going to yell something in Draconic. As he's not even caring about you guys. He's like running towards the. Like he runs right up to the carriage. He doesn't seem to care about you guys. He's yelling something towards the camp.
Adarpi, take the shot.
Kill this bastard.
Okie dokie.
Now, I gotta hope that he's a charmer.
Well, you have to hope that he lives the held action first.
I don't have advantage at the rifle.
You don't have advantage, but we don't have disadvantage anymore. So it's just a normal shot.
17.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
How do I? I'll find it.
The problem is he just walked into a whooping.
I'm sorry, it only showing me attacks.
Yeah, just roll 2d10 plus your dexterity modifier.
R first, R then slash.
Yeah.
2d10, and what's my modifier?
It's the small number on the left underneath your dexterity.
My dexterity. That's small number.
Oh, actually, isn't he running closer to us?
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't care. He's shouting towards the camp.
Okay, so it's supposed to be slash R.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then 2d10. That.
9.
Okay. Alright. Now, well, he has to make a persuasion for his life.
I think that defines his fate.
Alright.
In fact,
Nobody.
Okay, I was about to say, how about I make it worse, but I won't.
So, how close is he to the carriage?
He's 5 feet in front of the carriage. He's like moving to the right side of the carriage where Bakari is. Seeing her as
good.
Seeing her as less of a threat than the person with the gun.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Yes, head towards the chef. We will serve you up fine.
Guess we can have roasted cobalt for dinner.
I am going
We'll cross
to...
that line together.
No. That is not a line I'm crossing. We do not eat people.
What are they talking about back there?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Alright, what's nobody gonna do?
Okay.
What's nobody gonna do when they come for you?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is use my bonus action to establish telepathic speech within his mind. I want to make sure he hears this. For what it's worth, Iritus, I truly did try to save her, as I cast Ed Insinuation.
Wisdom save. Oh.
Oh.
His poor mind is about. He is incapacitated.
Oh.
Right. He is going to use one of his legendary actions, and he is going to close one of the eyes on his armor to negate the effect of your spell.
Oh.
Damn, he has legendary actions?
Sounds like he has
Doesn't look very
limited.
legendary to me. Poor guy's getting rocked.
I think it's all in his armor.
I still have a movement speed. Can I still technically run him over?
He's too close.
I don't think you can.
Not
Because
with
you'd have to
him.
turn the wagon around.
You know, you have to have you have to move at least 10 feet to run him over. But make a charge attack with the wagon, and he's 5 feet in front of the wagon.
Well, he's 5 feet to the side of the wagon. Yeah. So you'd have to make a U-turn, and it, yeah. Keep
But
the
yeah.
roadblock in his way. Keep keep Bakari on target.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's it.
Alright. Darby.
Gotta rub in gotta rub it in the that's all.
He's about to disappear on the other side of the wagon.
Take the shot.
I thought I already did.
Well, it's
Well,
your
that-
turn now.
Yeah, that was your held action. This is your actual turn.
Oh.
He's currently 15 feet away from you.
You said he's 15 feet?
Yeah.
Let me check that. Oh, that's lovely.
You want to equip your Bone Separate Halberd?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, it should already be equipped.
Alright, go ahead and roll it to hit.
Ooh.
Oh no!
No.
Roll a percentile for me real quick. Just roll a D100.
Oh no!
First time equipping it, she's got tears in her eyes.
I keep forgetting how to do that.
71.
Roll damage for me real quick.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
That poor camel.
Alright.
13.
One of the horse's heads flies off.
Oh,
no!
Oh no.
Holy shit!
Oh no! You killed a horse.
Oh, I guess
Okay.
we're not using that wagon anymore.
Technically,
Don't worry, you guys
hold
have
on.
the figurines.
I
Yeah,
can
we got
put
spare
those-
horses.
Where's
Hold
the
on.
button?
You know what?
Hold on.
I need to get rid of a fish man anyway.
Oh, no, hold on.
No. Hey, technically, I could use puppet maybe.
I think that's worse.
It's not its intended purpose.
Screw
But-
headless horseman. How about headless horse?
I mean, I
And
can bring
but-
something back to life, but I can't replace the body part.
We
You
can
would
hold the
have
head.
to-
Let's not bring the headless horse back to life.
You can revivify the headless horse if you place the head back on its body. But now's probably not the time with the other three horses panicking.
Which means
Yeah,
nobody's
nobody
probably
can take
gonna
care of that.
make an animal handling check on his turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, but then I'll run out of. That's fine. I'll run out of time.
yeah.
I think.
You have
We've got spare
up to-
horses.
You have a minute
Hmm.
before you can't use it. Or was it 10 minutes? You have time.
I have 1 minute.
1 minute. Alright. Is that all that a Darby's doing?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm not really helping the situation, so yeah.
Mana.
He's running past by the carriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna come out the top, jump down, shaping my hands to mimic his blades, is to try to stab him. It was just like this, right? And I have 2 attacks. Oh, I probably should have asked, do I have advantage because I'm coming from above?
No. Both of those
still-
hit.
$20 damage.
Okay, 20 damage total. At least, yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to make extra care to stab him in places I remember seeing his blade go through Simon's body. You should stand your ground too.
Alright. Is that all?
I'm also going to make sure that I land on the other side of him with blocking his line of sight to the camp.
Okay. Hikari.
Can I tell what material his armor's made out of?
Yes, at this distance you can. It is made out of leather.
Damn, you bitch.
It's studded leather.
So there's metal.
Does he have a helmet or anything?
No.
On the armor.
That's fine. How close is he?
He's like 5 feet in front of you.
I'm gonna cast Burning Hands.
Alright.
Flambe.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna assume angle it away from Mana.
Oh yeah, Mana's there.
Mana's right next to you.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Let's grab his face like a dog he did with their sister.
Don't think that'll work.
Use your weird bat feet hands. Grab him in the face.
Grab his face and burn it.
Oh wait, actually, we're right next to the car, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can move around as long as you don't move out of his range. You can move in a circle around him and just reposition to blast him.
But because we don't actually have a state in front of us where I can see where people are standing, I can't do maneuvers like that.
You are fine to hit him with burning hands because as Mana is like to your right, he's in front of you.
Okay.
And there's nothing else in front of you.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll just place that because it's making me place it.
15 dex. Is it? Oh.
Is he rolling with advantage, this piece of shit?
But you,
He has
still takes
anti-magic
half.
armor.
Still takes half at least. Damage.
Oh, I roll damage?
Yeah, it's a save for half.
Oh.
So 3.
Oh wait. Oh, that's just ones that you can reroll.
Alright, Delbat.
Dobat turns, and in Ancient Common, where do you think you're going? And I'm gonna basically mimic last turn.
Oh, wait.
What?
I deal additional damage. I forgot. I was trying to look. I deal additional, if it's with fire or water, I deal additional damage.
Oh yeah, your additional fire damage. Yeah.
I think you also have Elemental Adept, so you reroll the 1s and 2s.
I do reroll the 1, you're correct.
So roll another d6.
What is my intel? Hold on, I'm trying to roll. Okay, so let me just roll 1d6 first. For the reroll on the 1.
So 6 becomes 9.
Okay. So yeah, becomes a 9. And then my intelligence modifier is 4. He also takes that.
So 9, 16, 8.
Well, I don't know if he would take half of what I just rolled. Because that's additional damage.
It's additional onto the spell, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not half.
Oh, it's not?
No. It shouldn't be.
So 9 to 4 to 11.
After casting a spell that deals fire damage or any spell that creates water, I can deal 1d6 plus my intelligence modifier of fire damage to a single creature damaged by the spell or in contact with any water it created.
Yeah, so that was 11.
So you guys watch as Bakari holds out her hand and like it's an odd smell that you smell. Like you watch as the flames wrap around his body, and it's like these things appear out of nowhere as his stomach is flayed open and his guts are spill out of his body. His scales fall off and his skin it becomes this flaky golden color. And you see as laying before you on a magical plate is Irich's corpse. It smells absolutely delicious.
Oh boy.
What?
I think it would be very fitting if it was a glass bowl.
Oh,
Made
that
all
is super.
the sand from the desert. Yeah, probably would be.
Wow, it's just she knows how to control the fire temperatures, so.
And I assume his armor is sitting there.
His armor is sitting there, it's still glowing hot, but as you watch, that glowing hot armor starts to squirm, and the glow starts turning this sickly green color as it squirms around. And in Ancient Common, you hear it say, "This vessel was not worthy," returning into the main body, as it just disintegrates into goop and melts into the ground.
The Dobat turns around hearing that and blinks, and then looks at Mana and Nobody. Y'all heard that, right?
Carrie, we can't hear you.
Anna's gonna try to grab at it, but just gets sand.
It's like that Spider-Man meme.
Y'all heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not concerning. Dobat will translate what was said. So
I'll
that
be right
everyone else
back.
We should probably start moving before help comes from the camp.
It's at this time that you notice a group of about 50 kobolds coming from the camp.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
Yeah, we should probably get out.
Yeah. I'll
Just leave his
I'm going-
corpse. Well, should we check his corpse to make sure there wasn't anything else on it?
No, I'm bringing the corpse and stuff. I'm gonna put it in my bag. Like,
That might be a good lunch
Oh.
tomorrow.
well, actually, would my bag of holding be able to carry a horse?
No. Remember, the item has to fit in the opening of the bag. A horse cannot fit through the opening of the bag of holding. Now, if you cut the horse into pieces, you could then fit the individual pieces of the horse into the bag of holding.
Okay, then I'll tell. With a 14 or so strength, would I be able to drag a horse body?
No. You're talking about a quarter-ton animal.
Well, we could just revivify
Wait.
it real quick right here.
Yeah, let's say.
Wait, I can.
Revivify.
Oh, well, I was gonna say I could just use enlarge shot to make myself bigger or make the body smaller.
I was say Adarpi was planning on the revivify.
What did our
All we have to do is pick up the head and hold it in place. And hope we hold it in place right.
You watch as Adarpi pulls out 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Yep.
You plant them in the ground, and various his flaming red flowers and vines. It's like a wisteria made out of fire. Grow up from the ground around the corpse of the horse, and wrap around and rethread its throat, its neck together. You lose those diamonds.
Let's go.
Yeah, Delbat runs, hops into the carriage, and we
had
get
just like the one big diamond, didn't you?
That's not this.
You have one diamond worth 500, so that diamond is now a huge chunk of that diamond is now missing.
Wait, what?
You have to spend a diamond worth 300 to cast Revivify.
So the one huge chunk of diamond that you had that is now smaller.
Fuck that horse.
Do you not want to use the diamond?
Let Mana
We
eat
have
the
to
damn horse, and then
Take me 10 minutes to do that, and we're getting chased. We're getting chased. Unless you want to drag a horse's body into the carriage real quick, it's either revivify it or we have to deal with 50 kobolds.
Or no, we just dismount. We can still run with the horses we have, right?
You can still, the carriage will still work with 3 horses, you will not be able to move at a fast pace without the horses incurring a point of level of exhaustion after traveling for an hour, or was it 2 hours, after you're traveling for a short while.
What's going on?
So we're trying to deal with the dead horse situation. We have 50 kobolds coming in at us. Adarpi is choosing not to do the Revivify spell because of the cost.
Take the horse Bakari's on.
Oh yeah, put the camel on there.
Right. Detach. Hook.
It will take you. It'll take you 5 minutes to do that.
Okay, how fast?
We do not have 5 minutes.
Well, we do have other diamonds too.
There are diamonds.
Well, no,
in the
so
wagon, I found.
so it's gonna take the kobolds a minute to get to us because we caught up to the guy really fast.
Yeah, you guys are.
They're still really far away.
They are.
So they have to run on foot.
Yeah, they're essentially a quarter mile away. On foot, from what you can tell. None of them are riding any kind of mount, so it will take probably like 10 or so minutes to get to you guys.
I'll eat
create
the
a
horse.
dust storm in their direction just to slow them down and give us a little bit of a head start?
I can cast Expeditious Retreat, so we can get out of here before them bitches can catch up to us. Just put a new horse on the wagon.
Yeah. So 5 minutes to switch out, leave the corpse behind.
It's gonna take them a while to run up here.
No, I'm gonna eat the corpse if we have 10 minutes.
Well,
no, we're
10 minutes
getting out
and
of
they
here.
will be upon you. They will basically.
Okay, so let's just swap out the dead horse with the horse Bakari was riding.
Bakari hops in.
We'll do that.
Bakari hops in the camp.
Bakari can ride on top of the wagon like we did that one time, and if they keep chasing us, she can just spam firebolt while on top of the wagon, because she can fly.
That's what I was saying. I can cast Druidcraft and get a dust storm going behind us in their direction.
Just saying, there is other diamonds on there, because remember, they have the diamonds that they're going to use for
Okay, but we have a horse. Bakari was riding a horse. We have a spare horse. So let's just swap it out and let's go.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
Alright,
so 5 minutes.
As you guys are.
He wants to keep the other horse. That was the only discussion. Like, Mana wants to eat the horse. I was asking, does he have to eat the whole horse?
Mana, there's a perfectly cooked kobold right there. If you're that hungry.
Okay. Okay, I have judgment body to get.
You pick up the melted sand that had been glassified into a plate with the dead irritants on it and put it in the wagon as you guys book it out of there. Here.
I'm taking any of his stuff too.
Yep, definitely. We're taking all that.
I'll cast Expeditious Retreat on the wagon if we need it. But Darby said she was gonna kick up a storm, so I don't know if we'll need it or not.
Yeah. Didn't he have an eye as well?
No.
No.
He just has the strange armor that has the eyes on it. But the eyes are missing now. The armor stays the same, but the eyes are missing.
Cursed armor, probably. Alright. Yeah, we get out of there with 5 minutes to spare, and the kobolds probably have to give up the chase.
Especially if a Darby pulls up that storm.
Yeah, you pick up a small dust storm in your guys' wake.
As Delback kind of sits back. That was fun.
I guess we go back to town. Because don't we also need to go back and collect our stuff from the prince?
Yep.
For rewards.
Yeah, you guys travel a couple hours back to town.
I'll be very quiet about what just happened.
Which part? Us brutally murdering someone in the desert, or the fact that when my son's not around, I can look like a kobold?
The more the Bakari part. Bakari's first kill.
Everyone seeing seeing what happened with.
No, there isn't.
Oh, that's right. Bakari got rid of hers.
You guys, for the first time seeing Bakari's magic at work and seeing how controlled that spell was in its execution of this person. Bakari's can be kind of scary.
Bakari's a nightmare if you make her mad.
Alright, so you guys managed to make it back in town. I'm going to say in the time that you guys have taken, and you guys do manage to identify the items on him. Did it make the entry? Please tell me it made the entry.
Comic
Not seeing it.
journal. I don't see anything in journal.
Nothing new.
He didn't really have much. He had a scimitar, a dagger, and studded leather armor.
Yeah, not worth anything.
What about the stuff from APAP and...
Yep.
That's already been distributed. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna. Who has?
I was wondering what the cape was.
I'm going to say you guys take a short rest to identify everything. So he had a staff of the python.
Which is the staff of the woodland that I have.
Or a staff of the python like what I have.
Oh.
No. Who had what was? Let me look because he only had one staff. Of.
Well, I got my staff of the python down in the dungeon.
Right, because you got yours from the
stash. Along with those rings, with the ring of water walking and whatever else.
But yeah, I was the one that got his staff. If I remember correct.
Where's his encounter? Loot?
We didn't do that.
Yeah, you didn't really give us an encounter loot thing.
Oh.
Nope.
Alright.
We gathered everything, left, went to the...
So, yeah, he had you were able to identify a Staff of the Woodlands. It's basically a magical quarterstaff that grants +2 attack and damage bonus, and +2 bonus to spell attack rolls for a druid that's attuned to it. And it has several spells that it can cast while it's there, and you can
which that's better on
it can
dark.
be turned into a tree. As an
So that's
action.
better on that's better on a Darpy.
And then the cloak and the armor.
Huh?
Alright, you
have that traveling house with your bad guy's stuff in it and Pokari's
that reminds me, I do have to give you yours things. I didn't do.
You have quite a few encounter sheets to figure out.
Alright. He also, so it's a cloak of protection +1, and it's +1 bonus to AC and saving throws while you wear the cloak. You have a mithril, and it's mithril ringmail. So it's heavy armor, but it acts as medium armor.
Well, I can't use the armor, so who wants the armor?
I mean, I've been wearing scale mail.
I would like the cloak, but it's okay.
And it can be worn under regular clothes, and it does not incur a disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks or have a strength requirement.
What's the AC for Mithril Ring?
Ring armor has 14 base AC.
So 14 plus dex?
Yes.
Or
no, it's 14.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't get the dex bonus.
So that's equal to my armor under mage. So I could grab it later. Because it's treated at is it treated as heavy or is it treated as medium?
It's treated as medium because it's mithril.
Then I could pick it up once.
Actually, well, that's an optional roll. It's still heavy. Or do I want to allow the optional roll? What sounds better to you guys?
What's the optional roll?
Mithril armor counts as a 1 armor lighter. That messes up like things like heavy armor master, medium armor master. It can mess those things up with some things, but
I don't think that's really gonna matter.
Yeah, so here's the only thing. I would get, like right now I have light armor only. If I go Hexblade, I can get medium armor, but not heavy. Right now it is equal to my AC under mage armor.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
could
would
get it
actually be a
later if it
downgrade
counts.
for me.
If you choose as medium, I can pick it up later once I go into Hexblade. If it does not count as medium and remains heavy, I don't think anyone's going to abuse it, and we're just going to end up selling it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 Truth Seeker eyes, which have to be identified separately.
I have
Nope.
one.
Yeah.
No, oh, nobody has one actually.
And Mana has one.
Mm,
No, Adarpi
I
had
have,
the. No.
I was the one that jarred it up and put it away.
Yeah, and then
And Mana found the other one.
found the
Yeah.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Bakari and Mana were the only ones that saw the other one.
no,
No,
When did you-
because the Adarpi got the other one from the snake.
Yeah, and then I grabbed it and put it in a jar.
The one that was put in the jar from the notes is the one that Mana had.
I
Well,
had
no,
a,
He
I
did.
had a jar
He did put it
myself.
in a jar because at the time they didn't know what to do with it. So nobody,
Yeah,
since nobody was
because
over there, he
I,
jarred it.
I wouldn't have just given it to nobody though.
yeah, but you did it out, and the snake spit it out, and then I picked it up and gave it to him. And it was like, okay, does anyone have a jar to put it in? And he said yes, and we put it in the jar.
But nobody has one, and Mana has
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just say both of them
And-
are floating in the jar, and they're just in the communal thing because they're not very useful to either of y'all, to anyone currently.
Right. Yeah. Right now, the one that Mana had, and he mentioned it when he was showing the other one, is that we'd study them for now, rather than jumping to trying to shove them in someone's face.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna do that in general, and I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say most of us know not to do that to Truth Seekers, but it is useful for study.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I have a very bad idea.
But there's also the recent affirmation that sometimes eyes do weird things, because this guy, his armor had eyes in it that lift out and was like returning to the core body. So it's unclear if these are actually eyes or just creatures pretending to be them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a pep. Alright. Adarpi, these are gonna go in your inventory. You get from Yura, you get her blasting blade gunless. It's a cutlass that's a pistol and it's magic.
It's a gunblade.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Magitech weapon, so this is the first Magitech weapon that we've had in the party. Essentially, they are ranged and melee weapons. They can be switched between the modes as a bonus action.
Sounds familiar.
And essentially, if you need a pistol, you can bonus action switch your cutlass to pistol mode. It deals 1d8 piercing damage and has a couple of abilities. So this one in particular has extra reloads. So it has self-reloading mechanism that harnesses the arcanomagnetic engine to recock the weapon. If you wish, you can increase the magazine capacity up to a maximum of 6. Ensuring the price increases a portion. This one currently has a magazine of 4.
Nice.
So you can load 4 bullets into this weapon, which means you can fire them without having to reload. Unlike with your rifle and like most other firearms, so it can be fired 4 times without needing to be reloaded.
Okay.
It and it's so it has point blank. So it basically has the mini gunner feat built in. If you're within 5 feet, it doesn't impose disadvantage on attack rolls. And your blade is coated in black powder that sometimes explodes when after you hit people. And the other thing is Leviathan leathers. This is armor. Essentially, as a bonus action, you can grow tentacles from underneath your cloak, and you can attack with those out to 30 feet, and they increase your movement speed by 10 feet.
Weird.
You probably should use that in the alley.
Is like prepping it.
Essentially,
it says, as a bonus action, you can unleash the power of the Phantom Leviathan for 1 minute. Or until you fall unconscious, causing ghostly tentacles to extend from beneath the coat and lift you off the ground. While in the form, your walking speed increases by 10. So I gotta be asleep?
No, essentially, you have this ability until 1 minute passes or you're knocked out. So if you get knocked out while you have it activated, it goes away.
Okay, and then I can use it also as an action.
Yeah. So yeah. You have to use the one with deep to use the beckoning abyss. Oh wait, no, you don't have to because it doesn't say you have to use one of the tentacles that's already there.
Okay. So
you can tell that
all of these require attunement.
Right.
What do I have to do to attune to them?
It takes a
short rest.
I think it takes about an hour, and you have a limited number of attunement slots.
Yeah, you have 3. So you can. Alright, so you would have to pick between your 4 magic items, your boots of speed, which you don't have attuned. Okay. You have boots of speed, your Leviathan leathers, here's your gunless, and your bone shepherd's halberd.
I can only attune to 3 in total?
Yes.
Oh. Then what's the point of having everything else?
You can change things that you are attuned to as part of a short rest. You just need an hour to attune to something else. So essentially, you can swap out as needed. So like, hey, let's say you guys are going to be in a situation where you're not really going, like, you are going to have plenty of space to swing your halberd around. You're not going to really need the gunless, so you don't really need to attune to it right this second. So
how do I attune to something? What do I have to click on?
So with the item,
You should have a thing that says attune.
Yeah, I see the attune minutes.
If you right click on the item and you see, and it says there's a button that says attune, and you just hit attune, and then that takes up one of your attunement slots.
Question: what type of weapon is a cutlass?
It's a sword.
So basic longsword, or?
It's a scimitar.
So here's a question, John. Can you use scimitars?
Let me.
It's a martial weapon, finesse light.
No, I don't think I can.
John can only use simple weapons currently.
Yeah, and a few other ones.
Unless he
I
wants
don't
to
think so
change what his weapon is for his monk class.
Can't they do that on a short rest?
I believe so.
Because
But
because I was gonna make one of
already
his suggestions.
He already has the bloodletter pistol.
Yeah. My suggestions were gonna be, one, you could give that to John so he has a backup that can switch around. 2, if you don't want it. 2, I'm gonna gain martial once I hexblade, so I could take it. Granted, I don't know how guns work, but y'all could teach me. And that could probably become part of my hexblade anyway. 3, you keep it. 4, you sell it.
Give me a minute.
I think that's. Oh, and you get. It's not a bag of holding. It's a mist chest. I'm popping it up on the screen.
It should have been a bag of weasels.
Alright, so as a bonus action, a creature holding a mist chest can speak the secret passphrase, causing it to transform into its camouflage shape or back into its normal form as a chest measuring 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. There's no lock on the chest.
And yes, the dedicated weapon optional is a short or long.
Alright, so the mist chest, it can be camouflaged as any form and worn. So essentially, it's a portable chest. It's not like a bag of holding. It's like a physical chest, but you can speak the command word and it'll turn into like whatever item you choose. It can be a pen. It can be preferably something that you won't just leave sitting on a park bench later when you're there after you like go for a nice stroll in the park and you check your pocket and you're like, oh no, I left my wallet back on that park bench. Hopefully no one picked it up.
So
Turn it into a ring and you have the ring of holding.
I want to make sure. So I get the chest. I also have that house, right?
Yes.
And the house is like a portal. But if I put the house inside of a bag of holding, it will basically go by.
This is different. This one is not an extra dimensional space.
So I can put
you can put the house inside of the chest.
Okay. I just need to make sure. I'll do that then.
Right.
And then
Nuclear explosion occurs.
Picari has her item back.
Yes, I'm gonna assume that you guys give Picari her items back at this time.
Okay. Including the one that she's been searching for.
She seems to have left.
Well, I would have given that back to her after the bad guy died, right?
I just assumed you were because you haven't even told us that Yura's dead.
I don't even know that Yura's dead. What?
Oh yeah. She's
like you start pulling out all these pirate magic items and people and nomads like identifying them. You're like, huh, these are strangely piratey. These don't seem like anything that you would normally find on this continent.
What in the world did you do?
So we can say
left them behind.
Well, that's the thing is, I thought she was still alive, just in captivity.
Well, so there was a storm, and then there was a hole, and then it's assumed that she escaped.
And these things
But
just so happen to be in the police lockup. Yeah.
that. And then this thing was just left in the place of where underneath the hole in the ground. And I'll hold up Pakari's thing that was buried in the center of yours chest.
When
Okay.
you hold up this bat-shaped amulet, there's like this ominous feeling that like permeates from it. But like when Picari he gets near it, the feeling dissipates.
Did I identify it?
You have yet to You are unable to identify it. All you get
Okay.
is that this is some sort of magical amulet. It does
Okay.
have the anomalous properties of the plant growth and healing word.
Okay. I'll leave that be then.
Essentially, if you activate it and hold it up, it will cause plants to grow. And essentially, Picard, you would realize that like the ritual that your clan would do every year with the farm, like with the farms and whatnot, was essentially plant growth and whatnot to help the mosses and other things that your clan farms.
He's not there.
Yeah, Sarah isn't in chat.
Yes.
Oh.
Sarah has abandoned us.
Did you add that to my inventory, the trunk thing?
No, I haven't. I have not yet. Let me.
But
Okay.
nobody will be like, well, at least though Simon has passed away, at least now I'll be able to return on my deal with Lady Red.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that be. That was an adrenaline rush earlier, or a bloodlust.
Yeah, like as you guys are getting back into town, the sort of the blood rushing, heart pumping feeling that you guys had when you were going after this guy, who presumably has been consumed at this point, I'm guessing.
Yes.
You eat him.
Um,
Horrifying.
Just to be clear, we left Junior in town.
Yeah. He has no idea
With
what's
the baby.
going on. You guys, he came stammering and stumbling into the place that you were at. You ran off, and he just was left at the hotel. He has no idea what's happened.
Okay.
With the baby.
Okay. I want to.
I'm assuming.
Why do I have a Zabu
Then I want.
in here?
I have no idea.
Someone has uploaded a lemur into the files for our foundry.
That's for my game.
Oh. Why did you need a Zabumafu?
Why not?
He's had this
Good.
for a while.
That was ages ago. Check your
Hey,
files.
So-
I did have something I wanted to say to everyone.
What?
I'm gonna pour everyone drinks except for Darby. Or make her some
Oh.
juice.
Don't I know how to age stuff?
I don't know if you can
I
age
think
stuff
I-
that much.
I can. Where is it at? It's so rude.
I just wanted to say to all of you Thank you, and I'm sorry.
And then he blows
For
everything
what?
up.
I don't have fireball.
So Dobot's gonna ask for what?
Weeks back, I targeted Iridius this because he was a slaver. Uh, Many people have been traded and suffered because of him. Well,
Ah,
I tracked him, and I set up a date to assassinate him. And I brought you all into that. And
that
without,
was the man.
my initial plan was I figured you all would, but once you understood the depth of his depravity, you would have no issue with that. And I tried to obfuscate that information because Bakari he, he wouldn't have gone for it otherwise. But, but if I had just committed back then and spoke more plainly, then then either we would have never made the attempt on his life, and he would never have come after us and killed Simon, or we would have worked together and killed him back then. I have no doubt that Simon would have been able to take care of things if it was just APEP alone.
I'm doing something while he's doing that whole speech. It was just my computer was lagging.
Simon,
I'm switching drinks with a Darby because I think he forgot my character is underage as well.
All right, yeah.
So it's like
Hands child spelled alcohol. Hands legal spelled juice.
child switches alcohol with juice.
Yeah, we kind of forget that John does that. Because general assumption is that your character is always of age.
I mean, to be fair, Elena wasn't of age.
Elena was a time traveler, so it was hard to get a read on that.
Simon gave me a bottle before, we left for here, so it didn't really matter. I probably already poured. I'll take your drink. It's cool.
Nobody will look, or not really look behind, but kind of gesture behind, because he's kind of has to keep his eyes on the road. Do not blame yourself. Iridius is responsible only for his own actions.
Darby with a casual 255 weight capacity.
Huh?
You can't have known his reaction towards what has happened.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Even if I did, I don't have the energy left to judge you. You did what you thought was best to change the fate of others. It's just it kind of backfired in a way. I've seen it all before. It's not like you chose to have him after us. You just got in a bit over your head.
Perhaps. But I'm tired of losing people.
I'm tired of seeing loss, but as a bard, you get used to it, unfortunately. This was just the first time it happened to someone I knew a bit more closely.
But going forward, I'll do everything within my power. As long as nobody sticks with all of you, I will do everything in my power to make sure none of you die before me.
In ancient common, be careful with such wishes. I have seen those words backfire as well.
Should we tell the authorities about the happenings?
No.
What do you mean? We went out into the desert, lost track of him, and came back.
Mm-hmm.
They're not
must have
going to
gotten
devote
away.
any resources further than this. And no sense making them lie, I, in case somebody comes asking questions.
Oh, all the deaths that we do is gonna stay between us, right?
Unless
Impossible.
they are for others. Like, if they had sent us to hunt them down, we would absolutely tell them.
So are we going to address the other elephant in the room?
Okay, so I killed your bad guy.
Had to
Wait,
get
what?
that confirmation first, I guess.
Since we're just gonna keep this between us, she, she said something about her having a kid, and I didn't care. And then the roof came down, and then
Not me.
the rain turned into very very sharp shards of ice, and she's. I just wanted to let you
Dorothy,
know.
That wasn't quite the elephant in the room I was talking about. But okay.
Out of game, when did I miss this?
Okay. Oh.
it happened the same night we captured her.
I guess I must have left at that point, because as far as I know, like as a player, the last thing I remember was she was dragged out, and then we
Yeah, you
all
had
went to
left.
places and slept.
Yeah, you had left at that point because it was because of the termites.
Yeah, which I need to get going soon.
Right. As you guys roll back into town, you see that there's quite a few guards stationed at the general store. It seems that the general store has been acquired here by the cactus lady. He with the upon investigation, the cactus lady had actually acquired the general store in the divorce, and part of why her partner didn't want to give her up was the fact that she would also lose her store.
I mean, she had the store before they got married, but whatever. That's not my business. He kidnapped a whole person and then locked them away. All because she couldn't just really.
The general store is now currently under new management.
Got a sign out and everything. Little balloons.
You guys, the cactus lady has things says that you guys get it. You guys get free camel rentals. It does not include luggage and goods, but you get the actual camel itself for free.
Appreciate, because I wasn't planning on giving this guy back.
No, you don't get to keep the camel.
Oh,
It's a rent. It's free camel rental.
It's a rental.
but I need a Dan, and this is my Dan though. It's okay. I'll be back for you. I'll be back for you.
Prince Harim is impatiently waiting for you guys. She tells you that her father has sent noted word for you guys to meet with him hours ago, and you guys have kept him waiting, and she doesn't like that he's been kept waiting, because that means he's gonna be upset, and he's going to think that it's her fault, and she is stressing out.
Don't worry.
Hey,
We actually have a very good reason that even he will agree with.
breathe. Don't
After all,
let
that was
other
that was one of our friends in the courtyard earlier, or wherever that was. I can't remember. It was a courtyard in the middle of the market or whatever.
I mean, we couldn't just leave him roaming the streets now, could we?
I know. Well, it's time, and we gotta hurry on over there. You gotta leave your wagon outside the city walls, though.
When was the last time we ate? Is this like
This
a
I mean, I ate a
meeting?
few hours ago.
You guys
Yeah,
ate,
one of us just ate on not too long ago.
you guys ate breakfast, but it's almost dinner time.
Is this like a meeting with food? Like a sit-down table meeting? Or like he sits in a chair and we stand in the center of the room in front of him?
Well, as you guys enter into the city and climb up the steps to the Grand and Palace is, that's where we're going to end off the session. And as you guys are entering into the throne room.
Dang it. Throne rooms don't got a table.
Yeah, it does.
You'll get to see what Harim and Hassan's father and mother look like next time.
Okay, we get to meet the source of all their issues.
Yep.
Maybe she'll
Also,
show me
I
her
feel
bedroom.
kind of bad about that quote boss fight.
Oh, Iratus?
Look, that wasn't a boss fight. That was a hunt down.
Yeah, but it's like he had legendary stuff. It's like he was built as a boss fight, and we absolutely curb stomped him.
Well, his armor had 3 non-rechargeable legendary gimmicks built in, and he basically had one who has a reaction to resist spell effects and damage. He had one that would allow him to reposition the eye on his armor to nullify spells. But that takes a whole action to actually, yeah, it takes one of his actions to activate that one, so he can't do that not on his turn. And then the other one was basically a self disintegration for the armor, or if he dies while he's wearing it.
Which is what happened.
Yep.
Ah, well, I was thinking it was my turn to do a dispel magic, but I probably wouldn't have made it, and it was probably too high of a thing for me to roll.
Yeah. The armor is basically called Eye of the Beholder. It's a fun thing that I found on the internet.
You know, I kind of have a rough idea of what's happening there. Or at least I think I do.
So with that, you guys have taken down Iratus as a member of the Merchants Guild, a pep, a member of the Church of Endless Light, and thoroughly annoyed Kevin Ashton, and a member of the
Holt.
not Colt. He's part of Johan? Was it Johan? He works for Trin and Edoris.
And we have the death of your bad guy, a Noxian commander.
The Noxian Naval Admiral. First class.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, nobody will know.
Yeah, nobody does know. You told him after all.
And we have the snake of the spirit snake captured as well.
Yep.
As a new semi-ally since I beat the hell out of her.
Yep.
Well, Bennett did really do that much.
Which, if I go into the class with that, then yes, I would be able to use a lot more stuff.
So do you want to
Yeah.
rebrand as a spirit druid?
Because if I did, I would get scimitars.
And then you could use the gun thing.
Yeah, but I would also get a lot more spells as well.
So you would retrain as a spirit druid then.
Because I could do it that way, or I could go into the blood one. It's just.
Yeah. I mean, we both. Yeah. I mean, I'm going hexblade, so I'll become a pseudo frontliner.
I do want to ask: is it okay if I take Simon's coat?
The cloak of resistance.
The ball gown.
Yes.
No one's claimed the armored ball gown.
I'm fine with it.
I have, like, right now, nothing is changing my armor. The only thing I would think to do is the mithril chain. Once I go into hexblade.
Because I can easily give you that one because I won't be able to use it no matter which class I go with.
Oh wait, no. What are you deciding to do, Giante?
With regards to what?
So, the mithril chain, will it continue to count as heavy armor for purposes of proficiency?
I'm going to go with the variant rule and say that it will count as medium armor. It's just that light.
Okay. So then, yeah, if we keep it, I can throw that on once I go into hexblade, and then I can keep the mage armor around as a backup. Because the two will be roughly equal armor.
I built the armor ball gown into your inventory, nobody.
Cool.
Outside of the cloak of protection, there's not really a lot in that. At least it was revealed earlier that was really appealing to mana.
There's not a whole lot I can use in the cloak.
You guys will have your choice of more things next week, as well as a level up next week. Ooh.
Yes, I could go into hexblade.
But that'll be after next week's session because I'll have to explain the level up mechanic.
Okay.
And how I've changed it. But until then, say.
Please tell me you have it in writing.
That silence is deafening, Giante.
Oh, you guys can't hear the paper rustling. I have a
big
piece of paper with it written down.
Good.
I meant digitally.
Well, you come over here and take all my notes and digitize them.
I just bought a scanner for 99 bucks.
I could do that for you if you pay me $20.
Like I just recycled a printer scanner combo and got myself a scanner.
Nah, it's fine. And it'll be an entry in the journal by next week. I'm gonna take some time this week and do the rest of these magic items.
Speaking of, you still need to send me stuff to work on for an idea you had. You said.
Are you talking about the Nehustan stuff?
Like you said, you were gonna pull me aside to help you work on like a city or something.
Oh yeah, for the quest going on in Nehustan. But
say bye to the.
No, we haven't said